Yeah, you know what? I think it's like if you don't have a car, it's great. But then it becomes a thing, and then you never do it. You know, and so it's actually cheaper for I'm excited, and I'm only going to weekends because I work during the week. Yeah, it's good. We're doing great. It gives me it's nice.
And then you have your artistic drive, you have your Well, the show is called is Seeing Believing, and it's an experiment testing how we see things, how we perceive things, sometimes how we conceive things. And each of these terms are different. This is based on a classic psychology experiment of conformity by a famous psychologist named Solomon Asch. And the basis for this conformity experiment was that we very often take things for granted. Things that we don't have answers for, we ascribe answers to. And Solomon Asch, when he was attending a Seder, a Passover Seder, noticed the cup of wine that was for a person that was not at the table. And it's called the cup of Elijah. And there was a story that went along with it. Solomon Asch's uncle, Solomon, was 7, and his uncle, who was hosting the Seder, said, if you look at this cup of wine, you will notice that it has a tremor in it. It's shaking, and it means that the prophet Elijah is coming and is drinking from the cup. So this caused the young Solomon Asch to, when he was age 47 and already a professor of psychology at that time in the 1940s, to do his conformity experiment, in that social pressures can move people to thinking and telling stories about that which they see based on the stories itself. So the story of the cup of wine is about something that you don't see in the cup of wine, that someone is drinking it. But the stories in life, in conformity experiments, is that we're pushed by social norms and people will tell us what to think about things. So the first thing in the conformity experiment is that when we look at this painting, no one can tell us what we're seeing here. Because has anyone ever seen a unicorn? In a young maiden? In a unicorn in front of the Starship Enterprise? So this is a concoction of mine, even with a mirage of water in the landscape, using works and paintings of others that are collaged together, including the cup of wine in the left lower corner of the painting here, which reminds us of this classical conformity experiment. Because when we're looking at art, we're seeing things as we see it, but we're also seeing it as others see it. She's involved too. He's the chairman. A neighbor now, right up the block. So he's a familiar face. You know who he is? He just moved in.